Suspected leader of a drug ring near Penn State University surrendered to authorities today after prosecutors announced yesterday that more than a dozen people, including current or former students, were arrested. And in the wake of this incident, one expert we spoke with says all fraternities need to pause and reflect. Harry Murphy has more.
Attorney General Dave Sunday announced charges against 14 people for running a drug ring in State College, largely run by students for students.
What we learned during this investigation was that between 2023 and 2024, large amounts of cocaine, kilos, were brought from Philadelphia and New York to State College, where they were cut and packaged for sale primarily to Penn State students.
There, Sunday says, fraternity brothers and pledges cut and bagged the cocaine.
We found a pattern of events that showed cutting and bagging cocaine was, for some pledges, an indoctrination into the Delta Upsilon and Sigma Chi fraternities.
Which is the most disturbing element of this case, according to Dr. Michael Ayalon.
If that's accurate, we're looking at what I believe is a profound misuse of the power that initiated members have over people who are seeking belonging at the university.
Ayalon says it's important to avoid judging fraternity members across the country based on the actions of a few, but this incident can't be ignored either.
Fraternity organizations also can't dismiss something like this as a few bad actors without asking the question, what organizational conditions may have allowed this to happen?
And those aren't the only questions that he says need answers.
Who saw the warning signs before we got here? And why didn't they feel empowered to intervene? Understand that brotherhood is not doing whatever your brother asks you to do because he's a senior, for example. Sometimes the greatest act of brotherhood is being the person saying, no, this stops right here.
Penn State has placed its Delta Upsilon chapter on interim suspension pending review. The Sigma Chi chapter is not recognized by the university and is not subject to its oversight. But in a statement, the fraternity's executive director tells me in part, this conduct is an egregious violation of our values and has no place in our fraternity, community, or society. All 3 Sigma Chi members named in the charges have been suspended pending the outcome of the judicial process, and we have placed the chapter on interim suspension of all operations while we determine whether these allegations reflect individual conduct or organized chapter activity. I've also reached out to Delta Upsilon as well as the AG's office to see what steps, if any, will be taken on these hazing allegations. I've not yet heard back. Reporting for ABC 27 News, I'm Harry Murphy.
Hi, I'm Eric Finkenbinder from ABC 27. We're excited to announce the new ABC 27 News Plus app. Live stream newscasts or watch content on demand. This is different than the ABC 27 app on your smartphone. You can check this out at home and it's very easy to use. With a Fire Stick, go to the home page, scroll down to search. From there, enter ABC 27. Move over to the apps and there we are. Click the icon and install. It's just that easy.